Terror Bird. Terror Bird ruining my intro. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to some more of our Ark misadventures here on Scorched Earth. So, I had posed the question to my aunt as to what she would like to see for the next video, because I have so many ideas and there's so many things I would like to get done that I really just couldn't decide. So I was like, hey, what would you like to see? And she said basilisks. So I'm like, that sounds fantastic. And it goes well with a project I had been working on. So let me find where the stuff is. You need that and you need that. So I can hop on you. There we go. Fantastic. And now we're looking PG. So I was like, okay, that's great. You know, I really like basilisks too, and since Kraken's Better Dinos adds them to a ton of different maps, if there's a desert, basilisk now spawn on the map, which is fantastic, and I'm very excited about that. So I figured, why don't we come to Scorched, because this is the desert map. It has the biggest dunes. So even though it's going to probably spawn basilisk at a lower level, it probably has the highest chance of spawning a high-level basilisk. Yes, those are the words. So, when I got the idea to start, I'm like, why don't we breed out our manas? Because I talked about doing that as well, and yeah, so we finally got around to it. Our manas are pretty nice. I'm pretty happy with them. I did think about switching up the colors and doing like black and green, but I just couldn't like get it to look good. So we just went with blues and pinks with black wings. We didn't do a ton of mutations, that's the wrong key. As you see here, we did 20 health. Actually, I think we did 21 health. We did, because I wanted to hit this specific number. We did 20 stamina, which with the Valerian Rains also brings us up to 3,000 stamina, which is also where I want to hit. 20 weight, which that's really solid, and 20 melee. So we're basically at a point with this where with the Valerian Rains, we just pump melee, which is always where you want to be with tames and breeding projects. Those are the words. So I'm very excited for this because I actually just finished these. This was the first of the manas to have all the colors and all the stats. So I'm very excited to see how they come out and get this hunt started too. Ironically too, I didn't even think about it until I was like switching the server on Geoportal as well. Scorch should actually have come out the first. As long as there's no delays, it was supposed to come out at like 9 p.m. EST, I think. So that's actually pretty funny that it came out earlier this week. But yeah, let's get the hunt on and see what we can find. There should also be some desert drops, too, which have some really good loot. I actually was trying to do this over on Valkyro Ragnarok, and hit a couple. And we got like a long neck, which is a nice addition to deep sea loot crates, I have to say, with Ark Additions. So yeah, let's get the hunt started and see what we can find. Oh, there's one. I was starting to wonder if, like, something was, like, blocking basilisk spawns. Did he come out? Buddy? There, okay, there he goes. He's just, bugging out. So let's try and do that to reset him. I don't think we actually... No, we did not reset him. Okay, let's go this way. We just have to kind of, like, break aggro a little bit. Hello, Mr. Deathworm. So that he will reburrow. Oh, there's so many deathworms. Oh, Jesus. Are the deathworms at least good? Question mark. That's a really cool looking deathworm. So I should probably... It's actually not... Like, I want to say that's not bad damage, but it actually is kind of upsetting. With, like, all the work that we did, that it's not too much more in. I actually went down to Gamma 1 because of how bright the desert is. I was like, it feels too bright. There we go. So yeah, if your basilisk like go invisible like that, that's just like what you got to do with them to kind of fix them. So level 16, kind of about what I was expecting. Like honestly, basilisks aren't. We're not going to get a high level easily here, which is unfortunate. Hello. That is a very big worm. Fine, I'll just... Oh wow, we do shit damage. Okay, you know, I had a comment on the video where we got our rock drake, who was just like, you know, I love rock drakes, but the dragon cats are fucking trash. And it's like, yeah, It definitely is appearing that way. Like, you have high DPS as long as you can, like, keep hitting stuff with the breath, but it's, like, outside of that. Also, people who are curious, Scorched Earth actually was the map that introduced wyverns, being the third map that we got introduced to. And basically where my arrow on my map is pointing down, this entire side, there's just this giant scar in the mountain that's just split open, and it's just full of wyverns down there. And unfortunately, that is a fucking amazing poison wyvern. Oh my goodness. Like, I thought Nightshade looked good, but look at that one. Jeez, what level is it? Well, it's 96. Unfortunately, though, they all tend to spawn at lower levels, so it's a little hard to try and track down a good egg. I remember playing on, like, single player for a while, like, between, like, series, like, when I was, like, uploading, before I started doing that. And what was it? I spent, like, 2 weeks just, like, extensively wyvern hunting, and I think I got, like, 2 good eggs. I don't know if I just had bad luck, which is a very strong possibility, or if that's just how it is, you know, because I've never really played a lot on Scorched. Oh, sorry, Mr. Bug. But I just like talking about things like that. I just think it's interesting to remember. Also, Basils. Oh, he's out of the ground and invisible. Okay, noted. And we just killed that Titanoboa by landing on it. I think he... Did he come out? He made it sound like he came out. Basilisk? He's there. Okay, I found him. Let's try that once more. There we go. Are you good? 48. I mean, it's not terrible for, like, one of these maps, but definitely not what we're looking for. One of the things I'm excited about with this, actually, with Basilisk hunting, is with Kraken Dinos, they're breedable now. And since they have a tranquilizing venom, we actually can use them as a substitute to our rifle. Potential. And Basilisks also don't have an oxygen stat, so we can use them in the ocean as well. Oh, I can see his head. Like, you see... I can hit it! Wait, do I have my taxidermy tool? No. Shit, that's an amazing basilisk. I'm upset. But, yeah, so they're decent swimmers, too. As well as, like I was saying, not having an oxygen stat, which could potentially make things like, see, now we're finding them pretty commonly. But it could make things like taming up, like, like Moses a lot better. Oh, another level 8 one. Oh, what the fuck? Not sure how he hit me from there. But that is, like, living the dream down the road, though. Like, I have no idea how long it'll take me to actually get Basilisks together and do all the mutations and stuff. You know, one of the things I do really love about Scorched here is the architecture that's just, like, buried in the sand because it's just been swallowed. But, like, this Coliseum just looks so nice. And you can see what was a town that actually I believe is talked about in the Explorer notes on the map, too. Oh, Basilisk. And it's just, I love the storytelling like that. Another level 8. That's expected. It's still sad, but it's expected. Please don't touch me. Thank you. 88. We're getting there. Like, we're slowly climbing the levels. Is it sad that this is actually the highest level Basilisk I've found, period? And I've done, like, 2 or 3 sweeps on Ragnarok, where high levels are, like, supposed to be common. All right, everybody. So, this has taken a very, very long time, as you can guess by the fact that we are now on Crystal Isles. And I've talked about how we have also searched on Ragnarok for this, but we have finally found a Basilisk, and it's a really good one. It's a 112. So there was part of me that while I was searching around, I was like, you know, it would just be very fitting if the first Basilisk we actually find is on Crystal Isles, because way back in, like, 2021 or whatever, when I first tried doing YouTube videos, the first video of doing Basilisk I ever did was on Crystal Isles. That was a mess of a video, in all honesty. But now is the fun part. And by fun, I mean the other side that's a little more boring. I decided to just bring our rock drakes with us to breed because basilisk need to eat eggs to tame it. That you can only feed them rock drake eggs, magma store eggs, or void wyvern eggs, with a question mark on that. They may have changed it so you can do wyverns, but I really don't think they did. I feel like it's just those two, but I feel like every time I check Dodo Dex, it always has another. Oh, it's the Sanguine Elixir prompt is what I keep seeing whenever I check it, and it's like adds the 4th prompt. And they almost always, it's almost always 3 eggs. Sometimes it's 4 for like really high level ones, like oh, where you have like a minute on these guys mating again. Oh, that's unfortunate. But yeah, sometimes it's like 4 eggs for like, oh, this guy will lay the egg for us. Fantastic. For like 180s. But for us, it's going to be 3 eggs. There's a reason I haven't also like gone through and done like color ones. Like just been like, oh, this basilisk has really cool colors. Despite the fact I have actually seen some really cool colored basilisks. And that's because they always need at least 2 eggs, which is quite a bit of time. For people who probably are aware, passive teams usually have like this weird window where they take like extra time between feeds. Where did it go? Wait, okay, I was just in the wrong spot. Okay, I got really nervous. So, the first thing we gotta do is clear out this area. Thankfully, basilisk won't aggro onto a rock drake, so that's good. There's a couple different ways that you can do these guys up. I want to say it's Syntac has like shown off like building like a big trap for them. That was actually what I did for my first video, and it didn't go well for me. So I'm just going to go with the method that I've done, which requires a shoulder pet. So we have this bred out Shinehorn that we're going to throw out. Make sure he's on passive. He's just going to chill there. And then we're going to put this foundation on him. So you saw, well, actually, you can't really see the basilisk. I might actually, I'm afraid to, like, leave the area. The basilisk is, in fact, there. Well, I guess we're going to find out what happens with an invisible basilisk. And he should just stay aggroed onto the Shinehorn there. Oh, no, where'd the egg go? On the plus side, though, we can tag the basilisk now, so you can at least kind of see where he is. And the basilisk should just stay aggroed onto the Shinehorn and the foundation, while never being able to actually hurt the Shinehorn, and basilisk can't damage stone. So this works with stone, metal, or tech. And from here, we just wait as the basilisk just continues to try and attack the Shinehorn while never being able to, and we will just drop out eggs. And every so often, the basilisk will get hungry and eat another egg. Usually it's about 5 minutes, 5 to 10 between feeds. So this is going to take us a good bit of time. So I'm just going to go AFK, probably eat some food that I made while we tame this thing up. So yeah, guys, I'll just see you on the other end of this. Oh, before I leave, actually, very important thing. You have to keep the basilisk aggroed. That was the reason for this too. I can't believe I forgot that. So the reason why you want to do this, and I keep emphasizing it stays aggroed, is when a basilisk de-aggroes and reburrows, you lose a ton of taming effectiveness. As it is, we're not going to get a perfect tame. So you can see on here, 1 feed, we lose 0.5%. So 3 feeds, we're going to lose 1.5%. Just going to take it down probably about a level. But yeah, just something to be aware of is that you need to keep the basilisk's attention. Otherwise, it's a big problem. This part why I was also like, should I leave the area to make sure the basilisk is actually there, but we can occasionally just get bit and make sure he's still there. Plus, we'll see from the taming effectiveness. So yeah, I'll just see you once we're all fed up. I love that all you could see, it's just its tail. That was all you could see. It was my favorite thing of that. And as you see, our Shinehorn took no damage. And that's the best part of this. So let's take a look at this basilisk. What's actually, is this a good spot to like show him off? Let's go up here, because it's flat. I honestly have like fucking no idea where I am. The Crystal Isles, I've never really come out to here, but apparently this is another basilisk spawn point. So here, let's let us see what this basilisk looks like. God damn, words are hard. It's very red. Red with yellow highlights and, like, pinky. Are those pink or green? Those actually might just be blue. Spikes. I like this guy. It's definitely not my favorite looking basilisk, but it's a solid... He looks like... Actually, the more I'm looking at him, he looks like a hot dog. Like, you know, it's like a red hot dog with mustard. I don't like him now. That hurt my feelings. Going back in the ball. But stat-wise, our basilisk is not good. He got 30 oxygen, which, as I talked about earlier, basilisks don't have an oxygen stat. But excluding that, it still has 7,000 health, and the big one is 3,000 weight. Basilisks are really good resource creatures in terms of, like, hauling things. Like, hi sauerkraut, they are really good at hauling off resources. They get Doedicurus level weight reduction on stone, and then their weight pool is just so gigantic. And that's something that I'm really excited about, because we did not get a, what do you call it, a Rhinionyantha yet. So when I use my Magmasaur for farming resources, I have to swim with him back when... Sauerkraut, please. And it's not the easiest, where basilisks are quite a bit faster, and since they have, like, such bigger weight pools, it probably will be overall better for that. So now the question is, can we find a lovely little female to go with our male big snake? That's going to be the problem now. But I feel far less constrained. I was actually getting nervous because we're, like, a bit behind my how I usually try to structure videos as far as, like, recording. And I was starting to get stressed out, like, am I going to find the snake in time? And we're going to have to fucking make something up quick. Alright, let's continue the search, try and find a nice high-level female, so maybe we can even breed out a baby basilisk for this video. That would be very exciting. So guys, I literally flew down the river and only noticed these two because I happened to just, like, randomly look down. And, look at that. A max-level female. That is incredible. I'm so excited about that. So let's get the setup all set up, breed out some more. We're gonna have to kill their friend, I think, which is unfortunate because it's gonna be a little awkward to try and separate the two of them and not piss her off at the same time. So this will be difficult. She mad? She's chilling. Okay. Oh, are we going for the parasitic? What are we doing? Fantastic. Oh, it's beautiful. That's what you want to see. For some reason, I thought I heard the basilisk yell. I might be tripping on that one, though. Are we good? Kind of want to get rid of some of these, like, bugs. Just because I feel like they're going to be annoying. And the raptor in particular. Be gone, raptor. I really don't want to mess up a max-level basilisk. I don't think I've ever actually tamed a 120 basilisk. Well, I've never tamed a 120 basilisk because I don't usually go for this level. But I've never tamed a max level basilisk. Those are the words I wanted. Okay. Unfortunately, she might be aggroed onto me now and not the Shinehorn, which isn't ideal. That is also not ideal. Okay, we're botching this. Alright, plan B. I kind of just want the Wyvern to, oh, what do you call it? Just make sure we could kill it, because our Rock Drake isn't the strongest. Okay, let's try this again. Oh, Jesus. You're so wonky. Are you on? Fantastic. Okay, we're on the Shinehorn. Let's just drop that for you. Is that too far away for you? Oh, wait. I don't know what she's doing. Oh, is she going for the Lymantria? Oh, no, maybe? Question mark? Okay. Are we good? Yes! Okay, we're good. Whew, okay. Basilisk taming, as you can see, is very wonky. Now, even though her food's drain. I don't think she'll eat these other eggs, like, right away. Oh, no. No. Is she gonna lose taming effectiveness? Because, oh, no. Oh, that hurts my feelings a lot, guys. So, for some reason, because she drains so much food, it's pinging that enough time has passed for her to eat again. But obviously enough time has not passed, because she is not eating the egg. Oh, I don't think we can actually tame this one. Even if we leave, we can't. Like, because she's always just going to permanently have the food down. No, oh. That's a heartbreaker right there. You know, I'm not going to complain. I will take the pity max level. It's funny because I've been, like, looking around and I'm like, did I fuck that up? Like, was it, like, because of me hopping off the Drake and it aggroing and just being weird? And actually what I think happened is because it was swimming. So, for people who don't know, a lot of times a way to get creatures to burn food is to get them to burn stamina. And there's a lot of creatures have, like, a hidden stamina stat, and if you use up all their stamina, they start draining food. So I think because they can't naturally, like, regenerate stamina in the water, at least I'm pretty sure, it made it so it lost all of its food instead. So I think that's what caused the problem. Don't quote me on that. It also could have just been a bug, but I don't think it was something I did. At least I'm telling myself that to cope with the loss of my max level breeding basilisk. But okay, where? Oh no, where'd you go? Where did it go? Oh, there it is. Okay, I was about to get, like, really mad that I'm like, did I fucking lose it? Alright, let's hope this one doesn't bug out and, like, oh Jesus. Okay, cool. We seem to be good. We're above ground and everything. Perfect. There you go. Also, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on this gas mask that I got somewhere. Don't quite remember exactly where, but this will protect me from the spit of the basilisk. There he goes. And he should just eat up that egg. And we're still aggroed? Where are you going? Okay. Whew. I've had them, like, de-aggro sometimes there. Yeah, and, like, this one's fine. That really makes me think that was what the problem was. Unfortunately, this one has less health, which hurts my feelings inside. But it's still a max level. So we'll take it. Yeah, I got really concerned there because he went after a Parasaur randomly. Like, it just got too close, and I thought he was about to take off after the thing. But he should be about there for the final feed. I actually kind of want to show it off, because, there's a visual cue for the basilisks, too, for whenever it's actually ready for its final feed. It should rear up and roar, in theory. There, oh, there it is. Of course, I hit, like, a random spoon with something as it does it. Because it wouldn't be me if it was, like, done cleanly. Okay, how do your stats look? That's a lot better health. Your melee is lower, though, which is unfortunate. We actually want good melee this time. Usually I'm not looking for melee on basilisks. It is just better, which is, I guess, expected, because it is a, you know, max level. We did lose 2 levels. That sucks. But 27 points into health and 28 into stamina is really good. Basilisks, as you see, have a ton of stamina. I didn't actually talk about that. 2,470, like, honestly, whenever I get around to doing the mutations, I don't know if I'm going to do stamina mutations. It'll probably just be, like, mostly health and melee. Maybe some weight. I don't know. That weight's going to scale pretty hard, I imagine. But, okay, I really want to find a good female. That's, like, where my priorities are right now, so I know where there's a 16 on the map. Obviously, I would prefer, like, better, but if we have to tame it, we'll tame it. You know, and just kind of go from there. But yeah, hopefully we can get some more basilisks to spawn in here. All right, everybody. So we are back here on the center, and we have tamed a female basilisk. Unfortunately, how do I get out? You know, for half a second there, I forgot how to get out of K mode. Unfortunately, as you see, the one we found was a level 16. You might be wondering why it's only level 18 if it was a level 16. Well, you might notice that we are down a Shinehorn. Please pay respects. Unnamed Shinehorn was murdered. We were trying to tame this basilisk, and a terror bird came over and somehow shoved our Shinehorn out of his foundation. And yeah, I'm not 100% sure how that happened, but it caused our basilisk here to get messed up, which is not really my favorite thing. Oh, that's a big egg. Oh, Jesus, where'd that egg go? But, yeah, so not really thrilled with that. I'm also not really thrilled with... Oh, wow, that was actually super fast that we pulled one that's... It's not good, but really I've noticed with scaling up from the, like, low-level ones up, we have to kind of, like, bridge halfway, which is a touch annoying, but it is what it is. Look at him. It's just a cute little snaky boy. You look exactly like your dad. This is weird, actually. Now that I'm saying it like this is fucking weird. But, okay, now the next thing that we have to do, let's just enable mating now, so I don't forget later. Let's also double check, make sure, wow, we actually got really lucky right away. It takes me a bit usually to find, like, the bridge baby. Now, the big thing that we have to check is our green gem count, because basilisk saddles require green gems, and I haven't actively been harvesting them. I feel like I got some, but I can't quite remember what we got. So let's take a quick look. That is definitely not enough, I can tell you that much. So, that might be a problem. What do I have that's like... I could maybe grind some of these up, because I think they take green gems, but it's not that many. How much do I need in total? I think I need like 80. Just unfortunate, because we actually pulled a basilisk saddle way back. I think it was like episode 4. How else if I spell basilisk right? Yeah, and we need 1,000 green gems for this one, so that's a little on the tough side. How many do we have in general? Like, I might have them like sitting somewhere stupid. We're 14 short. We can definitely get that by grinding up, like, some of those climbing picks. So, okay. Well, let's make a saddle. The one thing we could also do is with the grinder, we can actually fabricate green gems with all of those dyes. That's a lot of dye for one green gem. I don't think I want to do that. The other alternative is I just go to another map, which is what we'll eventually do when we make the actual basilisk saddle. I'll eventually just, like, take some time. I need to take some time anyways and hop maps and kind of just do a bunch of, like, random farming. I'm in the wrong container. So, guys, I'm going to make this basic basilisk saddle, and from there, I will get a basilisk raised up, and, yeah, we'll take him out, and I'll show off basilisk, like, things, I guess. I don't know. And, yeah, so I'll catch you guys in a good bit of time. All right, everybody, our snake is raised. Oh, geez, I'm inside it. So say hello, everybody, to Tamale. I decided that the best course of action for naming our snake would be to name him after my original basilisk that I got like 4 years ago when the very first time I ever tamed one. For some reason, I named it Tamale, and I can't remember why. I remember it had something to do with it, like, I swear I was just like, oh, it can burrow, so it's just like dirt wrapped around a basilisk, which is like a tamale that's cornmeal around something. I don't want to talk about like the thought process of like me years ago. I'm not responsible for that man. That was a very different person. But our snake is all grown, and I'm very excited. Look at these base stats. Like, we have put some levels into melee, like, only 5, though. So it's nothing, like, super crazy. That weight is ridiculous. And I am super excited about it because of how quick Basilisk are, which we'll get into. So first, let's show off their abilities. The first thing is going to be easier to show off in K mode too, is the attack speed. Basilisks attack really fast. Like, you don't actually really get to see it a lot in the wilds, because it feels like attack speed a lot of time in wild creatures is capped, but you can really rack up damage very quick on a Basilisk, which is very exciting. Now, unfortunately, I do have to make the mention about it, because I talked about the Torpor and using them as a tame assistant at the start of the video. I have looked into it a little bit more. Now, I'm not 100% positive on all these, but it appears the Basilisk does triple the damage as Torpor damage. So I'll say right now, we're doing about 240 per bite, so we're dealing 720 as Torpor damage, which sounds amazing, you know. Think like our Basilisk here has 2,000 Torpor, you know. That's, you know, think that's like 4 bites and the Basilisk is out. However, the poison is built up in the system over 15 seconds, I want to say it is. So it's not really ideal. Actually, you know what? I want to double check this, just to be safe. Okay, so I'm glad I did double check it, because it's 10 seconds, not 15. However, it does not stack. So what that means is, to tame things, we have to go bite, and then kind of like kite for 10 seconds, and then we can bite again. Which, depending on how high we get our melee, that could still be a very effective option. Like, if we get our Basilisk up to dealing like 1,000 damage, that's 3,000 Torpor in 10 seconds, which is really good, actually, now that I'm saying those numbers out loud. Like, our Carcharodontosaur, well, our Carcharodontosaur has 85,000 Torpor, but he's like a Giga, so, you know, that's an exception. Yeah, no, that would be like almost 2 bites to knock out our Magmasaur. Rock Drakes I know have low Torpor, which still, it would be 3 bites. You know, Manas, it would be 4. Like, it's still an option, I guess. So it's something I'll have to look into and probably play with. We'll definitely probably do a video trying it out at some point. But yeah, I'm still excited, and like actually reading that it's 10 and not 15 gives me some ideas, especially when pairing it with like a Ranionnatha, where we can like trap the creature. That could be really cool. But anyways, let's continue with what the Basilisk can do, because we still haven't even talked about most of its abilities. Outside of its very fast attack speed, it also has the Venom Spit, too, like a Poison Wyvern, which deals, I want to say it's like 50% more damage than like you deal normally. So let's bite this fish. As you see, we deal 247. Unfortunately, we can't spit in the water, which is a travesty. I don't quite get why, but it's fine. But let's just get on land and try and spit at something. Like that dodo there. Or those raptors. Are those alpha raptors? I was gonna say, they look awful big. Let's actually try and hit. Fine, you guys get hit instead. Okay, so we deal about the same damage. Or less, arguably. Which is weird. I always thought the spit did more. Maybe we just, like, splashed, and that's the reason. No, because, like, the splash is, like, 100. Yeah, it deals less damage. Oh, that's unfortunate. Also, as you might have seen there, I take damage, too, from the acid spit. So that's something that we have to be aware of if we actually try and use the acid spit. It is like a poison wyvern. We can kill ourselves. Which is never fun. But the biggest reason to use a Basilisk is the movement speed. As you see, we are actually very nimble. And we flatten that poor Lystrosaur. Feels bad. You know, so we're fairly quick, and even in the water, this is, I believe, boosted with Kraken Spitter Dinos, but we are still fairly quick. And like I said, we don't have an oxygen set, and it appears we don't use stamina while sprinting in the water either, which is actually a big boost to, well, actually, we're not even sprinting. This is just our base movement speed. To the Basilisk in general. And then finally, we can burrow underground, which is a good way to lose aggro for things. But we, as the player, will lose oxygen from being underground. But it's still a cool way to, like, burrow under to get away from stuff, like, and, like, reposition your Basilisk, because our turn radius is fucking atrocious. Kraken's Bear Dinos changes the hitbox a little bit, because the hitbox is kind of like, creatures usually, like, go for, like, this section of the Basilisk for some reason. They go for the middle of it, which you can't hit normally. And I believe Kraken's Bear Dinos changes it so you can kind of hit there at least a little better, but it's still not a great hitbox overall. So yeah, I'm still super excited for the Basilisk and like doing all the fun mutations on them. These will probably be ones that very similar to how we did the Carcharodontosaurs, where we did them like super good. Like as you guys might be able to see, we brought them up to like 200 melee. We probably will do something similar with the Basilisk, just because like they're one of my favorite creatures. Like I would do it with Magmasaurs too if Magmasaurs weren't a nightmare to breed. But Basilisk, we actually can do it with, so I'm very excited for that. But guys, I think that's going to wrap up this video for today. I will say now, I am not taming more Basilisks. Like, it was awful. Like, we had the fiasco with that first 120, and we killed something like 40 or 50 Basilisks before we even got the 112, and then the 18 to breed them. Just like, no, I'm good. I'm good. Thankfully, our base stats are pretty okay. You know, they're on par with what they were for the Carcharodontosaurs, so I'm not too worried. You know, 27 health, 28 stamina, 25 weight, 24 melee. It's fine. It'll probably just take a while, and I'm okay with that. But guys, that will wrap up this episode for today. So I hope you all did enjoy this episode, and I hope to catch you all in the next one. And until then, peace!